Girls and boys, friends and foes, lovers and haters, shapers and normal people. My name is Bins and welcome back to Let's Play Shapes 2, and I am psyched because last episode we finally got the necessary preparations in order to finally start exploring what the heck pins are. So, we have our pin pusher. And we read, pushes the shape up and creates a support pin below every non-empty quarter on the first layer. And we need 3 per... for a full belt. As a matter of fact, let's look at the knowledge panel and see what it says for pins. So, shape quarters that are not connected will fall when stacked. And that is different from Shapes 1, right? For those of you that know, I was a big fan of the floating layer mechanic, and it has been abolished for Shapes 2. So now we have pins instead. With support pins, you can build shapes that are impossible to build otherwise. The pin pusher pushes a support pin under every non-empty quarter on the first layer. Non-empty quarter. Okay, so that means if we look at the bottom right here, if we take half a shape, then there won't be any pins on the corners that don't have any quadrants on them. Alright. These pins hold the quarters and can be stacked themselves. Alright, next question. So you can put multiple pins on top of each other, right? Utilizing this technology, you can create shapes that would otherwise be impossible, with large gaps and sections elevated by multiple layers. So hold on a minute. Does this still float, or what am I missing? What am I missing? Does this fall through? Honestly, it's too small for me to see. I don't see it. So this one has 2 pins, right? Or does it have only 1 pin? Yeah, no, it has 2 pins. And then this one below has 1 pin layer. And then the result is just that the red one floats up 1 higher, right? Because of the pins. Oh, we'll look at it later, I guess. Attempting to push a shape over 4 layers or 5 on insane difficulty, well, that answers another question I had before, will cause the excess layers to be destroyed. Okay, so that means that shapes can have a maximum of 4 layers. Well, that answers my question, but it also means that if you have pins on the top layer, then the shape needs to have at least 4 layers. Okay. Let's actually look at this. We haven't read this before, have we? Yeah, okay, but I think... Yeah, well... It's much more fun to discover everything ourselves, right? Good, so our pins. Great, we need 3 for full belts. We read the stuff, blah blah blah. Oh, and there is actually another thing that I should do, and that obviously is... get our shapes in order. Get the support shapes, or the upgrade shapes done. So let's start off with a normal circle that will end up being a green support thing. So what if we put a stagger island right here? I have another question. Something I was thinking about. If you want... Interesting. You can only send the trains into the vortex if... Yeah, if you do it in the middle, right? There is no other way, I guess, because if you do it here, it's just gonna jump over, right? Let's keep an eye on that. Let's delete that. Yeah, you jump over the entire thing, don't you? And then you jump to the vortex. Alright. That answers yet another question. So, let's now put a shape miner right here, and like the, extensions right in there. And then, as a matter of fact, we did have a blueprint for that, didn't we? Excellent. So, and now, the first thing that we want to do is actually, well, put pins here, right? So I can... we do not have mixed belts. I'm just going to put a platform here. Is that the thing for later? Mixed space belts? I don't think so. It would be cool, though, if you had a belt that could transport both shapes and paint. But I guess that's not the way it works. Anyway. So, how about this, then? We get rid of this, we take the template again. This one. And then, since we are not short on any space belts, I'm just gonna use them. I'm just gonna drag it all the way here. Great. And then we can get a stacker, no, not a stacker, a painter in. Where does the painter go? It goes over there. And then, however, before we do that, first, I just want to do that, don't I? I just want to get them across, because in the beginning they don't need to be painted at all. It's only at a later point that we're going to get the green thing in. Paint. That was the word I was looking for. So first you're going to do that, and then you're just going to connect here, or whatever. Right? I don't really care, because it's going to get clogged over here anyway, as long as we don't have any paint. Right? We're going to do that later. And then you people are going to come out here, and then we're just going to do a very simple thing and say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and connect. Going once, going twice, going 3 times, and 4 times, and then connect back, I guess. Yeah. That's a good start. That's an excellent start right here. So, we have our pushed pin, and then at a later point you can get painted green if we wanted it to, if we wanted you to. Yeah, that's excellent. That's great. The next thing we probably want is this one over here, right? It's too easy. It's right there. I think it's just teasers to begin with, if we're being honest. Because, like, I think if we're being entirely honest, we can probably just push our pins up here already, right? How about, well, we only need half of it anyway, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You get out of here. And then you can connect there, you connect there, you go over here, you go over here. Unless pushed shapes don't get painted. But I don't think so, right? I don't think so. Let's just put a platform here. We're gonna copy this, as a matter of fact. Now, we do have the blueprint for it. That's the one. I'm gonna put it here. Yep. Looking good. And then the fluid miner extension. Then get rid of this again. Then we do not that, but this one. Excellent. Combine, what's that label? Alright, don't need that. What's my That's my shortcut again. There we go. Yep, looking good. Pipe. Move the pipe upwards, and there we go. And then we connect this over here and over here, because why not? We only have the 2 belts, but we don't care. And connect that over there. And then, are we really? I'm not gonna do it yet. I'm just gonna... I'm sorry. We're just gonna... Okay, so those circles are coming in, those squares are coming in. Let's actually wait with the green circles, because this is just one layer thingamabob, right? One layer pin. If we do the continuation of this one, it's going to be green. Yeah. I'm going to do those all the way at the end, I think. All the way at the end, I think. This one looks more interesting. And I think I'm going to experiment with this one, and I'm gonna do it, like, I'm gonna make it future-proof already. So we're gonna need a red square. And then we're gonna need to push that up somehow. Interesting. I don't know how this is going to work, to be honest. I'm curious to know how that will work when we get to it. Okay, but we will need squares. Squares and circles, right? And green and blue color. Sorry, not green, red. So squares and circles. Alright, so we can unlock our first upgrade, which is great. Now we need that, but in green, and we had already prepared that, did we not? Yes, we did. So we can now get rid of this. Reconnect it. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then we're just going to do the same thing with the pipes. So 1, 2, 3, 4, connect some pipes to it, move up, and move over here. Excellent. Now that should be those shapes done, right? Except not yet. I mean, yes. We're gonna do that later, I think. Yeah, I think I'm going to do it later. I'm going to focus on this one first. Right, so we were there, everything was fine. No, we were not there, we were something else, we were somewhere else. weren't we? Yes, we were right here. This is where we were working at. So what do we want here? We want squares, and the squares should be... Where are the squares coming from? What's wrong? Are they just taking that long, or did I mess up? Oh, they're just taking that long. Okay, fair enough. So go back, right over here, and then we just want to connect our red squares, right? We want to do this. I would like this right here, I guess. Don't we? Don't I? Hold on. Hold on. So the first thing I need to do is get those circles out of the way. No, I don't. Because they're actually in the middle layer, which is good. That's pretty much what we want, isn't it? So you go in there. That's good enough. So, and then would it be a smart move to load that onto the same train? I don't think so. I don't know why, but my gut feeling says it's just asking for trouble if we do it that way. What I am going to do is make sure that we get maximum capacity out of this pipe. Okay, so at first glance, I think we're doing pretty okay. These blue shapes are coming in because we decided to only put in 2 belts of that, but that's fine. The red squares should also be coming in anytime soon. Alright, so they're being loaded up here, 4 belts as well. We have these green circles coming in. So then, I guess, let's look. Well, first, let's go up an operator. Just because we can. We're now operator level 6. Boom. Alright. And then, let's have a look at this upgrade, at the star upgrade. Because I think this is going to teach us a thing or two about the pins. It's going to have an empty layer. Oh, hold on a minute. I think it's actually not that hard. That shape is going to teach us about stacking with pins, and I think I want to do that first thing. So, let's get in plenty of belts. As a matter of fact, let's do all of, or let's try to do all of those shapes at once, or prepare them all at once. We're gonna need 3 layers of circles and 1 layer of stars. So, what if I say I want, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Those are the shapes that we're going to need. So, the circles that we're going to need, right? So let's, as a matter of fact, let's move all of that onto one bell. So you go up, copy, 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 and then you go up 2, and hold on, and copy, copy, copy. Because if we do that, then we can get them all onto one belt. Then we're going to need some stars. Where are the stars? I think we can pull it over. We can drag it over, right? I mean, it just looks like it makes sense. And the first thing I want to do here is just put a belt of stars here, an extractor island of stars. Come on. I'm still messing up my shortcuts. Where are... That's what we want. Yeah, 1, 2, 3 for the stars. I'm gonna try and push those over here. I think so, right? It would make sense. At least I feel like it would make sense. So what if we just put 3 pin pushers here and 3 there, then we can collect this, distribute it over 3 again. So collect 4, distribute 3. Yeah. I should have mirrored that instead of simply rotating it, but that's fine. That's fine. And then we can connect that here. That's great. Then we can copy it, paste it. Excellent. You go over the top there. Ooh, I love that plane. So we've got that. And then the next question, I guess, is, are you being transported when you have pins underneath? And I see no reason why the answer would be no. As a matter of fact, we already proven that to be true, right? Because we're doing it over here, or... Yeah. Are we? Yeah. No worries there. Good, so we can upgrade yet another 2 operator levels. Amazing. Then we can continue this. What have you been doing? Where have I been upgrading you? Oh, well. Let's do that differently, because if we do it like... No. Hold on. Hold on. Hold your horses. If we do it like this... Like that. Exactly. Then we can actually be pretty lazy with it, and then just copy this, right? Copy it, like so, and that is sufficient. That's just sufficient. And then if we need, whenever we need the next shape, we're just gonna repeat that. That's how easy life is going to be for ourselves, right? We're just going to do it like this. You know, and I've said it before, I'll say it again. Maybe I would be more, like I would try to be more efficient with this, or more stylish, or smooth, or whatever you want to call it, if we didn't have anything better to do. But we do, there's plenty of stuff. Right, so let's do that first. As a matter of fact, we do have the confirmation that the shapes are correct. So now let's get back to the story we had going on with the stars. So let's make this future-proof, actually. Let's make this future-proof. So we're gonna get all kinds of circles coming in from here. here. Okay. Yeah, this is not gonna work. This is not gonna work. Not with the thing I had in mind. We still need the simple stackers. I thought I could get rid of them altogether, but actually not yet. So what I wanted to say, sorry, I'm losing my mind. I'm not thinking straight. So what I wanted to say was I thought I could build this island and then I would have like 12 belt stackers from now on, but maybe that's a bit excessive. So what I need here is still the simple stacker, which is not like a platform by itself, and then we can actually keep that the way it is, right? So luckily I kept that. That's what I wanted to say. And then now let's finally stop yapping and start building some shapes, yeah. So again, the stacker. And how many of those are we gonna need? I think, can I just do it like that? That would be pretty cool, right? So first, you're just gonna come in 1, 2, 3, 4. And the very first thing I'm gonna do is just draw this over here, like connect the line, simply move it to the other side, and let's already get a train connection in. Where we have a train connection right there, right? So let's just repeat this and then just connect to that other train connection. Let's flip that. This looks pretty decent. And then if we move this down, yeah, you could just connect there. Perfect. And you'll end up at the hub. That's exactly what we want. Good. And that's also good for the time being. But then the next thing we're going to want to do is we're going to have these shapes coming in. And then we're simply going to stack these circles below these ones. So in a second step, this is not this step yet, but in the second step, we're going to want to put these up here. So this means that the first thing I'm going to want to do is put this down here, right? And I'm gonna want to put the stars below, or no, on top later. So that means that the second layer and the third layer, the second layer is gonna become the first layer. Oh, this is complicated. This is complicated. So, let's think about this again. What comes out here will eventually have to be the middle layer, right? Yeah, that is exactly right. So that these right here can come in from the bottom layer. They get pushed below at a later stage. That is what they're going to do. So you are going to get pushed in like this, come in from the side like that, and then I think I can simply like copy this, right? Is that correct? Alright, so that's done for later, I think. We'll see, but it looks good. Then we have completed this. And then let's have a look at those diagonals, shall we? So where do you come from? You come from there. And I think we should now be able to pretty easily turn these into diagonals, right? So if we do that, and for a moment there I just delete these lines, copy that like so. Wait, that's not right. This is right. This is right. You should not connect. There we go. Okay, so that is good again. Except, of course, we need to connect the pipe. There we go. Where'd you come from? There you go. That'll do. That'll do. Good. Next thing I want to do now is cut these up into diagonals. So let's have a look at how we can do that. I think the easiest way to do it is use a cutter. You go in, you get rotated probably 90 degrees in any direction of choice, clockwise or counterclockwise, doesn't matter. And then we just take the swapper and we rotate one of both shapes again. And then we can do this, we can flip it. Yeah, and then we get that up. That's for one belt. Right, one belt, two belts, three belts, and come on, four belts. Excellent. Move that there. Move that in here. Let's connect everything up. Excellent. Love it when a plan comes together. So you get connected here, right? And you finally get connected there. That is exactly what we want. And then the good thing is that we can connect a ton of belts right here. Okay, great. Now we have a new challenge, except that this is done. Let's get back to the hub and let's do the final shape. For the second to last one, I think this is, right? Yeah. Yeah. And then I'm going to cut that up into halves and I'm just going to do that one. Great, I'm going to do it on the main island right here. But then we have another challenge that we need to look at, and that is this shape right here. So you are half a star, then a blue square, and pins below. So that means that we need a blue square, push a pin under it, and then put it below a star. So we need blue paint, we need squares, and we need stars. And we're already going to need 8,000. Is that going to be that big of a deal if we make any less? I don't really think so. I think overall it's going to be okay, right? If we just take the 4 regular belts, I mean. So let's find a spot on the map that's a suitable candidate for building that. Okay, I'm gonna interrupt my search to have a look at this shape again. So where is that other one? Now it's gonna get interesting, right? It's this one over here. So now we want our circles stacked below our pinned stars, right? So we're going to do that. We're going to put that up here. Like so. And then the thing that's going to come out, it's going to come out the other end. That's exactly the shape that we want, right? Except now I set everything in motion, so now I'm actually creating, I feel like I am creating the very last shape in that row, this one. Let's first have a look at whether that holds up, that hypothesis, because it should, right? Not gonna lie, looking good. So let's see about getting that connected. Another idea, and that idea was to send those shapes in all at once, but it's not a good idea because they're going to cancel out. So the thing I am supposed to do is actually not feed these into the second stacker, but just put them straight into the output again. Right? Otherwise that's not going to work. So let's let's not be fancy, and let's just build something that works instead. Right, just going to connect it like so, and that is going to be the shape that we need, right? First things first, well, we have another shape unlocked, which is great, and that is this one. And we also have another operator level unlocked, so we're now operator level 29. Let's continue. Where were we? I already forgot. We were looking at this one, weren't we? We wanted stars, and we wanted squares, and we wanted some blue paint. Exactly. And I was looking for those shapes, and I didn't find a suitable patch. Okay, man, this is just lame, but we're gonna do it like this. I just found this little patch right here, and yeah, I think this is gonna be my best bet. Otherwise, I'm gonna stay looking for eternity. So now here, we've got one shape, one square quadrant and one star quadrant. So that means we need four full belts, right? Yeah, and 4 belts are going to be enough because we can duplicate that. We can duplicate it because we're going to cut it in half. I'm going to work with that. That's good enough for me. So, but then we are going to need foundations because we're obviously I'm going to want to turn that into squares and stars. So how about if I take a swapper and I tell that swapper to move the shapes in clockwise and counterclockwise. Nope, that won't work. So that means leave one alone and take one of them 180. Right? So if I do that, turn you, swap you again, that looks like it would work, then rotate you again, swap you again, that gives us one square, right? And then can I swap the other one and turn that into a star somehow? Not sure. Probably. Let's have a look at this. Okay, we're just experimenting here. There are some things that I would like to try, and that is the following. Have a look at this. What if, hear me out now, we swap this? Well, actually, that's not what I want to try. What I want to try is, what if we push this first? Can pushed shapes be swapped? And the answer appears to be yes, they can be swapped. So we put that up, and that doesn't bring us any benefits. I just wanted to know whether that would work or not. Oh, here we were. Yeah. I wanted to know whether that would work or not, but that is not actually immediately, or I mean, the result that comes out is not immediately interesting for us. However, if we manage to now get out like shapes and stars out of this, like, here's an idea. We need to push pins on the squares, right? So what if we simply push those up and then swap them back? No, that's not interesting. That's not interesting unless I flip this and said, hey, what if I would now swap the two of you after rotating one of you 90 degrees? And then rotate you 90 degrees again, swap you again, and that gives us one pushed square. Excellent. Because if we did that, no, we're not there yet. I'm not there yet with my story, because actually I think we're dealing with a quarter belt, right? What if I immediately use a stacker for the two of these? Would that work? I'm gonna move. Oh, I want the star at the bottom, right? I do want the star at the bottom, so let's put you up there, you down, and the thing that comes out is the thing that I want, isn't it? And then if I swap that, do that again, and then how about I rotate that again? Oh, wait a minute. Rotate that again, move you up here and move you into another stacker. Yeah. And friends, took me a long time, but this is what I want. And now the only thing I don't know yet is how many shapes we get. I think we're going to get a quarter belt if I'm not mistaken. Right? This should be 25%. That assumption is correct. So that means that with this, I can make 1 belt, 2 belts, 3 belts, 4 belts, right? Yeah. So, going once, that's good. Let's move you up, move you down. I have very bad calculations for this. Because of course we need to connect that, right? That will give me 1 belt. That will give me 1 belt. So this is 1 belt. Yeah, of course. That is not more than 1 belt. Okay, let's try that again. I'm gonna need to swap that, split that like so. And you're gonna be 1 belt. And I guess we then simply need to put that there, question mark? Alright, so that is 4 belts of that. And now the thing that we would need to do is bring this over to some blue paint patch. And we have one right there. And we move that to the left because we have blue paint right here. And then the thing I'm just going to want to do, if I am not mistaken, is place a single simple platform here, use our painter like so, move the shapes in, well, I thought it was there yet, but I am not there yet. Because I still need to cut these things. However, my theory is correct because in this game, in Shapes 2, if you put shapes through a painter, only the top layer gets painted, and that's exactly in correspondence with my plan. That's exactly what we wanted. So now the only thing we need to still do is cut those in half. And that's not going to be the end of the world, right? So you're going to come out here, and then the thing we want is just put that into cutters. So, like this, I guess, and then we're just going to have to rotate one of them. Or let's rotate them all. Just like that. Copy it. Right? And then we're gonna need that once, twice, 3 times, 4 times. Excellent. Alright, that's that. That's 8 full belts of that stuff coming in. And these trains, they just simply connect, or they get yeeted into the vortex, just as we intended. Let's put 5 of them, because they do have a long time to travel, right? In the meantime, we have that one done, which means that, why don't we have any of this done yet? Let's have a look at that. First, let's get up 1, 2, 3 operator levels. Boom. And then let's have a look at this one. Why doesn't that one do anything? Let's have a look at that. It's over here, right? What am I doing wrong? Oh, this does not look good at all. It's because you connect right here. Yeah. And they cancel each other out when you're loading up, right? That must be the reason. So, okay. This just needs to flush for a bit. Accidental connection that I didn't pay attention to. So that once that flushes out, once this backlog clears, that should be done. So that's done. That will be done. Next, let's have a look at our green circles. So the thing I need to do is simply remove this. I'm just gonna remove everything. Or am I? So that's done. This is done. This is coming in. This should be coming in. And we now have confirmation of that because this train just got yeeted into the vortex. Excellent. Excellent. Loving it. And then, well, we're gonna have to start to have a look at this, right? In the meantime, we're just like collecting research points like crazy. Let's get these foundations in. Let's get the fluid tank in. Filler wagon. I'm not gonna do the roller coaster yet. I feel like it's a dessert we should earn. We haven't earned it yet. We're gonna unlock it all the way at the end. That's my goal. Great. So that's that. That is that. Now let's have a look at some. Let's have a look at these shapes. Ooh, they look nasty. What is this? This is... well, it's a cute face, I'll tell you that. But it's actually pretty complicated, isn't it? So it has 2 pins here. So I guess we can start off with a star, a blue star. We cut it in half. We push half of it up, and we stack it back together. Then we put a gray circle on top of that, and then we need to we're probably best off with an entire blue circle, of which again we've pushed half out. So probably, yeah. Yeah, let's do that first. So let's start with... it's the last thing I'm going to do. We're going to find a windmill on the map, preferably a full one. want a full windmill. And then we're gonna paint it blue, and I'm just gonna put that into the vortex, and that'll be that for today. We're gonna call it a day after that. We've done enough. We've got acquainted with the pins. They do pose a challenge at the moment, not a very big one, I feel like. But then again, I'm also pretty careful with those words because I feel like they could get pretty confusing very quickly. But for the time being, we're doing fine. So if you're shouting at your screen that you've spotted a windmill and I'm not seeing it, then apologize for it, but I'm afraid I can't hear you scream. Where are the windmills at? There. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's wait for boom, that one. And with that, we're gonna call it a day. Whoop. Except, no, I just want to keep on going. I don't know why this game is so addictive. I want to keep on going. I want to keep on going, especially if we see the fruit of our labor, which is that we've already prepared so much, right? So let's go back to that island where we put the stars and the squares and the circles and this one. That's the one I mean. Because we had already prepared everything so nicely that we're now I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna put that there because that's where we want it. And then we just need to connect this once, twice, 3 times, and 4 times. And with that, now, finally, I think we are ready to call it a day. So, I had a lot of fun. I thought I would find pins boring, but for some reason, I don't know, I'm hooked. I like these things. Is this, by the way, the shape that we need? I think it is the shape that we need. Alright, so let's get back to the vortex. And now, I like this end screen as well because we have shapes coming in, which is great. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you again in the next episode where we will continue pushing our limits and pushing our shapes. That was a play on words. See you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.